Meanwhile, Snake dying early is not something that Snake normally wants to deal with, and Snake is a character he's used to surviving long and used to being able to put down a lot of pressure. But with Meta Knight playing really campy and covering all of Lucario's options, and Snake dying early and having to deal with Lucario's huge hitboxes, you know, Snake is one of those characters where it's easy to put him in a disadvantageous situation. And as long as they're able to control ESAM and make sure he can't protect Snake 100% of the time, Lee Martin will find his way in to take out those stocks on Snake, and of course take out those stocks on ESAM as well. So keys to the matchup for ESAM and MVD coming back and actually managing to clutch this out will be removing one of Mew2King stocks early, but that's a lot harder than it sounds because he's going to be playing safe and smart.
Absolutely, he's going to be flanking the edge a lot, just kind of sitting on one side of the stage waiting to back up Lee Martin. Now, while the Anuma strategy is easily able to negate Snake's high weight, which is a huge saving grace for him, Pikachu and Snake actually do have a unique advantage over the Anubis strategy in that they can kill Lucario off the top of the screen super early and negate his ability to build percent to gain aura power.
Yes.
So we're getting right into it. No button checks, as Mew2King usually likes. No, that's a button check.
That is definitely
well,
a button check. I
am eating my words so hard right now. Good thing I didn't have breakfast.
I believe pause will go off now. Yes. And we will strike. I predict that we will end up on Battlefield because these guys aren't afraid to keep Yoshi's up.
Nope.
Okay, no Battlefield for them.
Yeah, I mean, we can probably expect to see a standard Smash build, but also don't rule anything else out, you know, Final Destination
actually, I don't think
teams.
MVD and ESAM will be too afraid to go to Smashville. At first, I was thinking, you know, they might want to take that Smashville away from Mew2King. It gives him the advantage of having a bit of a superior recovery, just a lot more options in terms of playing that runaway game, which he's going to want to do for Lee Martin. But
yes, and also escaping edge pressure.
Yeah. I don't really see either team wanting to leave Yoshi's up, but as a result, that could mean a game one on Yoshi's. Nope.
Yep, we're going to Smashville,
okay.
The classic.
The classic. You know, Pikachu and Snake, they're not too afraid to deal with the Pikachu, that extra platformer for his recovery. He'll 100% take it.
Yeah, and it also could benefit Snake, too. Just gives him a couple more options when getting back to the stage. And we're underway as ESAM is equipped with the sticky grenade from Snake. Oh, Lee Martin rolls right through that detonation, though. Yeah,
you can't count out Lucario's roll, ever. ESAM's taking way too much percent early. His percent counts for a lot more. He can't do these head-to-head trades with Lucario because Lucario losing health right now isn't really a big deal. Wow, ESAM getting immediately over to Mew2King. I think he's trying to put the sticky on him by surprise.
Now, Mew2King has to play an expert cover game because the caveat of this team is that Lucario is 2v1ing two good characters, two good players at all times. So if Mew2King's covers are not absolutely perfect, you know, disrupting with Tornado, coming in with those quick up Bs, flying in with a glide, you know, if he's not on point, Lee is just, you know, not going to get to capitalize on this massive damage boost. And so far, that's what's going on.
Well, as predicted, Lee Martin drops the first stock. That is standard in the Anubis strategy for the reason that Lucario's going to be playing mostly a 2v1 with minimal support from the Meta Knight, who just needs to remain healthy as possible so that Lucario can power up. And you'll see his power continues to grow more and more devastating as the game progresses.
Right, the less stocks Lucario has in comparison to every other character on the screen, the more powerful he is, in addition to his standard damage boost.
Now, this is the part where ESAM's going to have to be careful because Lucario, as you can see, is getting quite powerful. He's not at his peak yet, but even still being a stock down at 76% is enough kill power to end a Pikachu stock. As you can see, he sent Snake soaring, so you can imagine what that will do to the rodents.
Yeah, Pikachu, a very lightweight character. Snake, very high up in the weight tiers. But, you know, at 120 plus each, Lee Martin is going to have a field day if he hits any big hit on them.
And this has got to be really scary for ESAM because in addition to having to watch out for a Lucario chasing you down, you also have to deal with Meta Knight, you know, occasionally trying to hit you, and all the grenade play from Snake. Both red team members dropped their first stock.
And Mew2King has only taken 14 damage. That's like 2 or 3 hits probably. And oh, ESAM almost went for a big chain grab opportunity there. As long as Lee Martin could get covered by MVD, that would have been a huge amount of damage, or at least a substantial amount. Oh, Mew2King almost getting that up B.
I wish ESAM had gone for that read and grabbed the ledge there when Mew2King had upbeat Snake. Had ESAM made the read and grabbed the ledge, that could have been, you know, almost game deciding and definitely a huge turnaround for the red team. The Floridians could have definitely used that.
Excellent combo. Neutral air from Pikachu into Snake C4. Very well timed by two players who are very familiar with each other. ESAM and MVD team at pretty much every major they're both at. and it pays off. You know, their hard work and dedication throughout the years has really brought them a lot of success. And Mew2King and Lee also no stranger to teaming with each other from the MLG days.
Yeah.
Blue team looking really good right now. They have the stock lead, and they have a super-powered Lucario. Wow, that Spirit Bomb.
Uh-oh, Mew2King almost dropping his stock. I'm very surprised. Uh-oh.
Oh,
wow.
MVD kills his partner. Such a shame, but wow, Mew2King almost does the same and then runs into a mine.
Okay, now Mew2King did happen to drop his stock, which lowers Lucario's power, but I would still say blue team retains the lead until that happened.
That mine on the platform, so clutch. Now ESAM sticky. These C4s are really going off. MVD very, very much aware of this, looking for that every opportunity. Oh, gets Mew2King with the sticky.
At this point, I would not necessarily say either team has the lead. You know, I can't say that Lee Martin's stock at this point is any more valuable than ESAM, and MVD and Mew2King are both at 2 stocks apiece. Mew2King at a surprising 72% already on his second stock. I would imagine that even though the Anubis strategy is no longer in play, being that no character has 3 stocks remaining, you would still expect to see Mew2King trying to maintain a little bit more of a defensive playstyle, but I guess he just wants to make sure Lee Martin doesn't drop stock too early, and
Great
that'll
combo.
be it.
Now it's just 1 snake versus 3 stocks of pure hell.
Yeah, I think that is going to be the game. It's going to be super hard for a character, especially like Snake, who doesn't really have a lot of mobility, to mount this 2v1 comeback.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, ESAM and MVD are looking towards counterpicks. Mew2King with some pretty good DI there, surviving the up tilt. MVD really needed that kill.
Mew2King just covering Lee. Anytime he gets hit, he's going to be there with a shuttle loop, with a tornado.
Mew2King not really afraid to spam Mach Tornado because Snake doesn't have too many options outside of grenade, and even if they get both simultaneously blown up, Lee Martin will be there to follow up.
And that could be huge damage. Snake's moves has a lot of downtime after, whoa, and that back air is no exception. Lee Martin, oh wow, goes for the Shippo smash, takes him out. It's still looking very, very hard for MVD. Even though Lee Martin's missing some of these follow-ups, Mew2King still just, you know, he's got it on lock.
I was looking a little bit shaky there at the end. They couldn't really get their, 2v1 synergy off against their opponents. However, they do manage to close out the game 2 stock. Not too much of a dominating victory. I think the momentum lost early in the game was the key point to the downfall of ESAM and MVD. I think if they manage to play a little bit smarter, they need to take their time with it. When that first stock comes in, all players are at 3 stocks and we have a fresh match, they really need to take their time and make sure ESAM doesn't take too much percent in the beginning. As a matter of fact, I would say let the Snake go forward, take point, don't really camp it out too much, and let the Snake do point on Lucario as long as he's not able to get comboed if ESAM's there to back him up a little bit. You know, Snake can manage to hold the percent a little bit better. He's a much tankier character. Pikachu stocks will vanish like that amongst all the grenades, amongst everything going on. And you have to make sure that you don't allow Pikachu and Pikachu and Lucario to trade damage like that, because it'll be a lot more beneficial for the blue team.
No doubt. And what ESAM can do is take, oh, okay.
We have an
this is not the
accident. We
match.
have an accidental color switch. We switched teams.
Okay,
As you can see, Pikachu is accidentally on blue team. So
yeah, they were, counterpicking ports. Wow, okay, that's funny. All right, just a little technical difficulty there, but, you know, we're going to be right back into it right now. And as I was about to say, what ESAM can kind of do if he lets Snake go forward is wait for the opportunity to follow up Snake's vertical attacks like up tilt and grenades with thunders.
Yes.
Opportunist thunders are going to be really crucial in making sure that Lee Martin doesn't get to build that crucial percent that's going to let him take out Snake and Pikachu very low.
Yeah, I think at first their whole mentality was let's get in there with some C4 combos, you know, put the sticky on Pikachu, get him in there. You know, he's a really fast mobile character, but it's not going to be that easy to just go charging into Lucario with a Meta Knight behind him. So
yeah.
I think a little bit more of a conservative approach is important, because your stocks are way too important in this matchup. You drop a stock early like that against Lucario, who's not even yet powered up. I mean, if you see the teams that are successful against the Anubis strategy, you often see what happens is Lucario's at 1 stock remaining while all other players are at 3 stocks. And then, of course, Lucario does come out and shine and eventually has to do the share stocking. But once you're dropping stocks at the same pace as Lucario dropping stocks before he even gets powered up, it's going to be over.
Yes,
So
it's very hard to keep up with this team. Once they get started, I mean, it's just such a destructive force, and that's why you see this team making it to the top 8 of Apex. And Snake and Pikachu, just a very underutilized combination. They both have such vertical kill power, a lot of projectile follow-ups they can do, you know, just mid-screen, full-screen kind of stuff. Right now, the red team is camping out on the right side of the stage, just trying to throw projectiles at Lee Martin, build some percent, while Mew2King sits back and planks. He can't really back Lee up in a position like that. You know, what's he going to do? Tornado will detonate the grenades. He can't just rush ESAM and MVD from half screen, and Lucario's not really equipped to rush either of these characters either.
All right, we're seeing a lot more camp-oriented game come out from all players, but Lee Martin's not afraid to go in and show that he still has that close quarter combat on point. Despite a bunch of misplays in the early game, ESAM here is only at 57%, and this more conservative play is definitely working out for the red team. You can see Lee Martin has already dropped his first stock. The first player to die while ESAM is relatively healthy, and this is working out a lot better for the red team.
Now Lee Martin also has that sticky on him again. You saw that was instrumental to them taking out that first stock so early.
And Stadium was definitely a very wise counter pick here. You can see that they're utilizing the transformation to set up a much more powerful camp game. Unfortunately, a little bit of miscommunication on where that C4 was hit ESAM, but with grenades, thunder, lightning, missiles, everything coming out, really putting the blue team on a little bit of a hinge.
And Mew2King still just at 14% once again, not taking any damage, playing the matchup, playing the team combination.
I have to say, that was a very impressive mock tornado by Mew2King right there.
Great
and there it goes.
follow-up, up tilt into thunder. Yep.
Again, the combination taking out Lucario really fast. They're playing smart and safe, and when you play this smart and safe, it's difficult for Lucario to even utilize his high damage potential at this point, because even though he's incredibly powerful right now, when you're playing smart and safe like this, Lucario's not going to get that much of an opportunity to throw out, you know, hyper damage moves such as his forward smash or his fully charged forward sphere. You're not just going to run into that and get hit.
Right.
You have a mobile character like Pikachu, it's not going to be that easy. And now with Lucario at 76, a team combo from Snake and Pikachu could be the end of it.
Oh,
wow.
and that force bomb command grab, so brutal at this percent. As you were saying, when Lucario has 1 stock to everyone else's 3, he is massively powerful.
Yeah.
You just look at how far. Oh my god, he actually killed Mew2King with that from behind because it was so strong.
But now, with 4 stocks to 3, red team is in the lead, and you can see it's looking a lot better for them. For them, now that they're taking the slow and steady approach. However, you have to remember, this is Mew2King still with 2 stocks left. Very healthy stocks at that, not just flabby stocks hanging on to red percent.
Now it looks like Lee Martin is kind of struggling to find those big hits, as you were saying. You know, while he may gain a lot of power from the Anubis strategy, he does not get any faster. So still landing those forward smashes is going to be tough. Not enough to kill ESAM at 102, but can Mew2King convert into an edge guard? No.
All right, but of course, both ESAM's stock and shield were disappearing under this Lucario pressure. And Lucario dropped his final stock while Mew2King is getting bullied here. And of course, red team is up 4 stocks to 2. It's looking way different than last game. Mew2King does manage to take out ESAM.
That down throw, no thunder follow-up. That would have been sick. But Lee Martin was right there to back him up and prevent Mew2King from taking too much out of that down throw.
Now, I was a little bit worried for red team because they were going to have to adapt to the fact that once Mew2King starts fighting, it's going to be a different game. And was their camping going to be able to continue adding the pressure they needed? But it looks like they just take out Mew2King very quickly. Both, I say both because Mew2King has 2 stocks while Lee Martin has 4 in this set. Both Mew2King stocks are now gone. And it's up to Lee Martin for 3 stock difference, completely the opposite of the previous game. I wonder if he sees the mind behind him.
Oh, wow. Good eye. Good eye. I definitely would have gotten hit by that, man. Now, you know, although the crux of this team is Lucario fighting 2v1, that is with the Meta Knight to back him up. So while Lee is used to fighting 2 characters at once, it's definitely much less of an easy feat now.
And it is not outside of Lucario's capabilities to take this one out. I mean, if Pikachu dies...
These 2 are just hard to even touch in this kind of situation because of the projectile coverage they're able to provide each other.
And it looks like ESAM and MVD have figured out a new answer to this Anubis. I've actually never seen them use this particular combination before, this very camping, projectile-oriented strategy to fight Anubis, but it is looking extremely effective, and Mew2King and Lee Martin are going to have to find some sort of answer for Game 3.
And definitely those opportunist kills. We saw a lot of up tilt into thunder, just high, you know, vertical kill moves are so crucial in this team combination. C4, grenades, up tilt, and up smash from Pikachu. Oh man, and the thunder, man, it's really just like that is a move that in singles, you know, you can easily see that coming. You can easily avoid it. But in doubles, when you're caught in the crossfire of so much craziness, so many explosions from Snake, just every reason to be up in the sky because it's always chaotic on the floor. You know, that really gets him a lot more mileage than normal.
Yeah. Now, I'm thinking that what's really interesting is I think Castle Siege is no, there's no way they're going to go to Castle Siege. I mean, ESAM's going to be way too comfortable on Siege, and although I think it would help out Lucario a lot for survivability, and I think survivability actually favors the blue team here. You know, not being able to easily take out Mew2King stock, not being able to easily take out Lucario stock, and on that final stock, having the huge damage upside from Lucario, where the larger stage isn't really going to help him. Castle Siege is a very interesting pick, but I don't see it actually happening for the sake of something lame could happen to Mew2King early, and of course Snake is able to utilize the camping there, and the Pikachu, they're able to utilize the space way too well. I think that we're going to see a ban of Yoshis, so that you don't have the Lucario with the enhanced recovery, you don't have Mew2King able to take advantage of the close space where the camping will be mainly shut down. You know, you limit Pikachu's ability utilized under. I think Yoshi's would probably be the ban here, and then after that, they go back to
just
Smashville.
Just to Smashville, I guess they agreed.
Perhaps they agreed to Smashville for the game 1. I thought it was going to be Battlefield, with all things considered.
Well, either way, they seem to be content with this. So right now we see Red Team again picking that right side of the stage, just trying to force Lee Martin back with an array of Thunder Jolts and grenades, and Mew2King just sitting in the back waiting for his opportunity to strike when Lee gets in trouble.
The key is now on Lee Martin, and very intelligent roll into ESAM right as the down B was going to detonate. Good DI by Lee Martin. He wasn't going out that easily.
Yeah, no, 77%, quite a bit early still, even for a top of the screen Thunder. But wow, MVD just putting it back in that juggle situation with a nice anti-air up tilt.
To be completely honest with you, I honestly feel that just abandoning the Anubis strat at this point and having Mew2King just play his standard aggro control game would be a superior answer to this newfound projectile camping coming out from the Pikachu Snake. Because you saw last game, they weren't really able to utilize it, and unless they came out with some sort of solution in the last, 5 minutes, it's going to be a quick repeat. I don't see too much going differently than I saw last game.
Yeah, I very much agree with your strategy suggestion there. Mew2King could be able to just overwhelm the Snake, overwhelm the Pikachu, or at least let Lucario deal with him. Oh, but instead, Lucario going out pretty early.
Yeah, having both of those projectiles come at you from the same horizontal angle, both camping either left or right side of stage and throwing projectiles is a big deal, and it's a lot for Lucario to go through. Alternatively, though, if Meta Knight gets in the mix, he could then separate the two and make it a lot more risky to utilize projectiles. They wouldn't be able to throw the projectiles in conjunction, making them a lot easier to deal with. And then you can separate them, set up your own 2v1 situation, and just play a standard doubles game, which Lucario is capable of.
Oh, great cross-up rolls. So much momentum, or so much movement, rather. That forward roll from Lucario is faster than his dash, and it lets him travel invincibly. So Lee Martin making great use of that to get out of a sticky situation near the corner.
Both red team members at 156%, able to die very, very soon. So if Mew2King, he's looking to get in there. He's like, all right, do I want to hold on to this stock? Yes, but I want to remove their stocks more, because if we just allow this camping to continue to persist, we're going to be in big trouble here. We've got 4 stocks of 5. Mew2King, at 104, not quite yet in danger of dying unless he gets hit by something really ridiculous.
Or a Snake up tilt.
And a poorly
DI'd. Yep, that 9 o'clock DI. Tornadoes on MVD's shield. No, that's not safe. Didn't retreat far enough. Great spacing by the red team, just preventing Mew2King from taking any option that was not going to get him hit.
Blue team is down a full stock at this point.
Crosses him up with a roll. Great by Mew2King. Puts MVD off stage, but he gets back on safely.
Yeah, he just barely flubbed that Gimp. But let's see if he can execute another one. He has this stock and next to try and get a Gimp on MVD and bring this game back. Great read by Mew2King, putting MVD in that tornado.
Oh, MVD barely escaping with that back air. No pun intended.
Mew2King putting tons of pressure on Snake right now, really trying to bring this game back. He's only taken 21% on the second stock since that bout of bad DI, and he's really brought the game back.
Oh, MVD blowing up ESAM again at kill percent, but this time he managed to narrowly avoid dying because of Mew2King's tornado preventing him from going so far.
And I'd say this game is now pretty close. Mew2King's presence in the match has lowered the projectile, spam, and really put a lot of pressure onto ESAM and MVD. The Floridians are losing tons of momentum here, and he's got to figure something out.
Yeah, Lucario not really a character that can infiltrate walls too well. Oh, and that awesome up tilt, Thunder from ESAM. That's a big game changer right now. 2 stocks to 4. Despite the percent advantage that the red team is lacking, they're still going to have fresh stocks very soon, you know, if they manage to lose these, and Lee Martin really in danger of dying here.
Mew2King putting his B button to work. Lots of shuttle loops to remain mobile and periodically invincible, along with Mock Tornadoes to control the game with a lot of over-centralizing, you know, hyper-priority moves.
Lee Martin off the stage, but Mew2King covers him, pressuring MVD, preventing him from going off with a back air or something. Kill him! Oh, and instead he kills his own partner. Now, given the huge aura boost that Lucario has, this is a lot less bad than it looks for the blue team. This is a real nail-biter of a set, man. Game 3 on the last stocks apiece. Oh, big punish from MVD. Oh, goes for the greedy up air.
Uh-oh. Lee Martin off the stage. That is going to give Red Team a little bit of time to get some stage control. Again, Mew2King with that 9 o'clock DI.
Surviving this time, but ESAM snipes Lee out of the sky.
And there it goes.
And that up tilt, wow, he had the thunder to follow up anyway.
That is the set. MVD and ESAM taking it back after a game deficit. Very dominating start for Lee Martin and Mew2King in game 1, but they adapted perfectly, pulling out a projectile strategy and then utilizing a lot of team synergy to take out, you know, Lee Martin and Mew2King.
Yep.
Very nice, very nice.
ESAM and MVD showing the fruits of the labor of teaming with someone at every tournament that you enter, pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. Great adaptation by them. And was that was the losers, I believe.
That was losers, yes.
Yeah, so Mew2King and Lee Martin are out.
Eliminated.
I believe that means they have 7th place.
7th place, tied with Nakat and False.
And ESAM and MVD advance. Who do they place next?
They're going to play the loser of... Oh, I'm sorry, no. They're going